first I'm going to read, it started out as a poem, and then I kind of decided to change it to a song, and I'm in the process of finding somebody to sing it. I wrote Matt Rogers, but he never responded.
What? None of that was true.
It's totally true. Check your Facebook. Okay, it's called What is 65 Roses? What is 65 roses? Is it as beautiful as it sounds? How did I get these roses? Is it something I found? My dear son, it is not like it seems. You have cystic fibrosis. It's not a flower, but a disease. How I wish it was only roses. Don't give up. Don't give in. Fight with me, and you'll soon see. There is hope. Just believe that one day you'll breathe like me. There is not a cure for you. Do not fear, my little one. We shall fight it through and through, and how I love you, my little son. Just don't give up, don't give in, fight with me, and you'll soon see. There is hope, just believe that one day you'll breathe like me. Cystic fibrosis is not just a bug. It will try to tear you apart. But I will hold you wrapped in a hug and keep you strong with my heart. Just don't give up, don't give in, fight with me, and you'll soon see. There is hope, just believe that one day you'll breathe like me. I know it's not easy, and there'll be days you wonder why. But remember, when you start wheezing, I am here by your side. Just don't give up, don't give in. Fight with me, and you'll soon see. There is hope, just believe that one day you'll breathe like me. One day, cystic fibrosis will be just a bad memory. Oh, 65 roses is all I want to see. Just don't give up, don't give in, fight with me, and you'll soon see. There is hope, just believe that one day you'll breathe like me. I feel faith filling in my soul, and I see a cure soon so you can be whole and live the way you want to. Just don't give in, don't give up, don't give in, fight with me, and you'll soon see. There is hope, just believe that one day you'll breathe like me. There is hope, Giovanni, don't give up, son, you'll breathe like me. Now my speech, one breath at a time. When I was first asked if I would speak tonight, I thought, what could I say that's going to make a difference to a parent that is fighting the same disease my son is fighting, knowing that this disease always seems to have the upper hand? Well, there's nothing I can do or say alone. All I can do is tell you what I've been through, how I have and do cope, and what has helped me along the way. And then I can hope that you take something I say tonight home with you. So let me introduce you to my CF story. When I was 21, I had cancerous tumors in my uterus. They were removed, but the doctor told me that I would no longer be able to have children. And that I should feel blessed that I at least had one child before this happened to me. But I did not feel blessed at all. In fact, I did not feel blessed at all. In fact, the urge to have another baby became more like an obsession. I wanted another baby like I wanted air to breathe. I had to have it. Then I met Brent, who made me fall in love almost immediately. I told him how badly I wanted to have a baby, so he agreed that we would try. I think he suspected that it wouldn't happen because the doctor said it wouldn't. But in 2 short months, I was pregnant. Haha, joke's on you, Brent. Knowing how delicate my condition was, the doctor advised me to go on bed rest, and so I did. Now let me tell you, Giovanni was all about needing medication from 4 weeks of my pregnancy, and still to this day, obviously, nothing has changed. I was very ill while I was pregnant. I was in the hospital 14 times, but at 4 months pregnant, the doctors told me that I could go to school so long as I keep the stress level down and no lifting. Finally, Gio made his way into this world, weighing a whopping 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Ironically enough, his birthday was also 7/6. And just as perfect as I imagined him to be. Life was perfect. I had my 4-year-old little girl, my newborn baby boy, engaged to an amazing man. Nothing could break my spirits, right? Well, my perfect life and family was short-lived because, at only 15 days old, Brent, my son, and myself were sitting at Loma Linda CF Clinic with what seemed like 50 doctors coming in and out, telling us that my son had the same disease, or had a disease that's not as bad as it was 30 years ago when my uncle died from cystic fibrosis. I barely spoke as tears flowed out like a river meeting the ocean. I was in another place having an out-of-body experience. As they were talking, what I was really hearing was, my miracle baby is going to die. From sadness and grief in the same appointment became anger and fury. I wanted cystic fibrosis to be a person that I could beat up. And then came confusion. How could this happen to me? Why me? Why him? Why us? It didn't make sense. That first appointment seemed like it went on forever. Finally, it was over, but our battle had just begun. We walked out the door, and I felt a calming emotion come over me. I wiped my tears and literally said in a fist-pumping action, "Let's do this." I was ready. I went home, and I got on the computer, researched, YouTubed, and became obsessed with knowing this disease better than it knew itself. I made out a map of what I was going to do in any given situation. I dropped out of school to stay home with Giovanni only 2 months from graduation. I found a new hope in his care. Time passed, treatments became a part of life, a daily routine like brushing my teeth. At 9 months old, Gio got an exciting device called the Vest, and to my amazement, he loved it. No more hands, CPT. Yay, me! Let me tell you, the Vest and I are best friends. Gio's health stayed fair for having CF. He had multiple lung infections, but for the most part, he kicked butt. I got involved with great strides. I never thought a fundraising group would change my life, but if there's any person in the CF community you want to know, Drew is that person. He was a true blessing last year. I turned all my frustration into positive outlets. I began fundraising, getting involved with support groups on Facebook. I set my son up his own page. And, of course, my famous CF Angels album. If you haven't seen them, you have to check it out. I lost my place. I realized that Facebook is more than just a place I go to talk and chat with friends. It has become my lifeline. If Giovanni has a fever, I post it on Facebook, and in just minutes, I have prayer chains and happy thoughts for him across the world, literally. I can post a question about something I am waiting for the doctors to call me back on and have responses in minutes. I've also started making hair bows, and I plan on selling them on Facebook and using Facebook as a way to do fundraisers. The most important thing you can do for your CFer, if you're new this year, is get involved, stay educated, and stay positive. On another note, as Gio got older, Brent and I got further apart. I was upset he never wanted to be involved in treatments, and he didn't want to face the same reality I was facing. Gio almost had to have surgery to correct an intussusception. He had an upper GI test and a barium enema and a bronchoscopy. I guess it was too much for Brent to handle because he turned to drugs and then ended up in jail. Suddenly, I was not only facing being a single mother, I was facing being a single mother fighting for my son's life. Just when I thought my world was crashing around me, Drew, my lifesaver, nominated our family for a $3,000 grant. I received it just in time to save my car that was on the repo list and give my kids a good Christmas. Then I faced my most recent obstacle. I noticed Gio was not gaining weight, and I was uncomfortable with that. On December 12th, we had clinic, so I asked the doctors what their thoughts about Gio getting a G-tube. Because I was educated about how helpful the G-tube was, I knew that it was what was best for him. He was scheduled to have it placed in mid-January, but because his lungs didn't sound great, he was admitted to Loma Linda for 9 days. Just days before Christmas, he went home on IV meds and had a turnaround trip Christmas night because he spiked a fever of 105.6. He had a surgery for his G-tube on January 2nd and went home on January 7th on IV meds for another week. Now he's putting on weight and hopefully on a much better health track. No matter how much I face, as long as I have my son to enjoy, every medication, every treatment, every hospital stay is worth it. 19 months ago tonight, I gave birth to a beautiful little boy who inspires me, who makes me want to live each day thankful for having him in my life. Why me was the question I asked when he was 15 days old. Now I believe it was me who was given this little boy with cystic fibrosis because I was chosen to fight for him and beside him one breath at a time. Never give up hope. A cure is right around the corner.